Well, there's headlines and stories today. In about 4 hours, stay with us. We'll give you this update. United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson faces the Conservative Party confidence vote. What does that mean? If you recall, earlier this year, the Conservative Party in Canada, Aaron O'Toole faced a confidence vote by his caucus members where he was voted that they had no confidence in him staying on as leader, and he had to announce his resignation and step aside. Well, that's what's happening in the United Kingdom today, but the difference is that this is a sitting Prime Minister. If you recall, again, in Canada, in Alberta, the Alberta Premier, Jason Kenney of the United Conservative Party, faced a confidence vote by party members. 60,000 ballots were sent out to party members, and where the vote came back with just almost a little 51.4% said that they have no confidence. They have confidence in the Premier, Jason Kenney, but it was too close to call, and he decided to step down, and he will have to step away when there's a new leader, and he's a sitting Premier. So we're looking at that right now in the United Kingdom, where this is for the Conservative Party caucus members, the MPs who will get a chance to vote today at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. GMT, which is 4 hours from now in our time zone. And this is due to the Partygate. If you recall, during COVID-19, as there was lockdowns and people had to stay at home and socially isolate, well, the Partygate is something that came out of the scandal where Prime Minister Boris Johnson was attending parties on Downing Street with his staff, and there was multiple parties where he attended, and it came down to do as I say, not as I do. We're all in it together. Those of the statements that have been floating around during COVID-19, well, this was something that went against him, and he was booed when he appeared for the Queen's Jubilee celebration by the crowds, and essentially they waited to hold the confidence vote today after the Jubilee celebrations ended for the Queen, so as it would not be a distraction. But what this means is that if his caucus members, the MPs, if they find that there's no confidence in him, he will have to step down, and he is the sitting Prime Minister. We're going to cover that for you as it is announced. A spokesperson for Johnson's Downing Street office says that this vote will allow the government to draw a line and move on, as this scandal has plagued him for quite some time, as he also made his state visit to India just last month. This was also questions that the reporters were asking of him. So essentially it has overshadowed his work as Prime Minister, and this is something that has been escalating as letters came in from his MPs saying that they want to question his leadership on one of the biggest events, COVID-19, and how he dealt with that pandemic, but also what his behavior was behind closed doors that has now come to revelation. The spokesperson for Downing Street says the Prime Minister welcomes the opportunity to make his case to MPs, Member of Parliaments, and will remind them that when they're united and focused on issues that matter to voters, there's more formidable political force. So he will make his case today. As you can see, that is him talking about what he's done so far as Prime Minister and the issues that concern the people of the UK. Boris Johnson was a former London mayor, and he rose to power during in Westminster to become the leader of the Conservative Party, and then to become Prime Minister when there was the Brexit campaign that took place in 2016 and the referendum, and essentially that was his chance to be able to amass support and become leader of the Conservative Party and Prime Minister today. So we'll cover that as that comes as the vote counts down today.